today's video, how to go from 16% body fat down to 12% body fat. I'm gonna give you all the details right now. Hey guys, what's going on? This is Paul Ravella from ProPhysique.com. In today's video, I got a great question from right here on my Instagram direct message about the idea of losing body fat. And it's a pretty common theme lately. A lot of you guys have had a lot of success, and girls, losing weight, getting to a place where you thought you were gonna be happy, only to realize maybe you have a little more body fat to lose than you thought. So let's discuss the question. I'm Joe. I've lost 25 pounds, starting to follow learning along the way, starting at 183 down to 158. I'm around 16% body fat. I want to get to 12%. With a full-time business owner, family, kids, working out 3 times a week, what's my advice? And when's the next transformation challenge? I may be getting after it. Okay. First things first, our next transformation challenge is going to be starting at the end of January. We're going to be giving away $25,000. I'm going to show you some of the before and afters here. Guys, we're going to give you full support. We're going to have a group. We're going to be in there daily. We're going to be doing videos weekly to address giving you nutrition plans, training plans, making sure you reach your goals. And it actually brings up a good point. This question here is something that I come across quite frequently. A lot of people will see the transformations that myself and my clients make. I'll give you an example here. Here's me in my normal kind of maintenance physique, and here's me pretty close to stage lean, pretty shredded. A lot of people see that pretty shredded image and they go, this guy gets it. He knows what he's doing. And of course, more than a decade later, coaching people to do this full time, yes, I've learned a lot. In fact, I have a full staff of coaches. And if you'd like a free coaching consultation, go below, jump on a phone call, because there are some skills that are involved with not only the physiology, but the psychology of reaching that physique that you're after. And that's why we have experts to help you do that. But I love to give you guys free advice on how to go from where you're at to where you're going. First things first. You've established pretty much where your maintenance calories are, where your maintenance activity is, and now it's time to make that next adjustment. Losing the next couple pounds is going to have a more significant impact than the first 25 you lost. Let me say that again. Let's say you've got 30, 40, 50 pounds of body fat to lose. That first 30 to 40 pounds of body fat is not going to have as much visual impact as the last 5 or 10 will. Why? Because body fat acts like a screen over our body. It hides our shape. It hides all the details of our muscles between our skin. It's like a film. When you get that body fat off, if you look at me here, you would think, gosh, he's got more muscle. He weighs more. False. The leaner you get, the more muscular you look. Your shape starts to come out, your muscle details. You can see the fibers. It happens to me every time I diet down and get shredded. People come up to me in the gym that see me every single day and say, what are you doing? How did you get leaner? How did you put on so much muscle? And I have to tell them the silly truth. I'm a lifetime natural bodybuilder. I'm just not adding any significant muscle after 30 years of training. I'm adding tiny bits. I'm refining my physique. But for you to understand that, for you to go from 16% to 12%, what's really got to happen is you've got to get a number on the scale that's going to be a little bit uncomfortable. You're probably also going to have to let your calories and your activity level, meaning cardio, get a little bit uncomfortable as well. These uncomfortable phases are what push us through these sticking points. Our body has a thermostat, okay? Think of your house thermostat. Your body has one of those. Anytime you push your body to an extreme, it's gonna reset that thermostat and it's gonna try to keep you there. It's gonna turn on the cold and turn on the heat to keep your temperature right there. That's how our bodies work. Just like when people put on a lot of body fat, that's where the new thermostat normal is set. You have to rock the boat a bit to get that body fat to come off. Now, most people assume if you have to work really hard to get the body fat off, eating less, moving more, doing all these things, that you're not going to be able to sustain it because you had to work that hard. That's not true. Once you get the body fat off, it's much easier to maintain it. Like muscle. Muscle, it's very hard to add muscle. It is very easy to maintain muscle. The work you put into adding muscle is not the work you have to do to maintain it. So if your goal is to lose body fat, you're going to have to plan for some periods. Okay, this is what I'll do with my athletes, guys, and this is a secret tip. Guys, just so you know, last weekend as a coach, I had 2 pro bikini wins, IFBB pro wins in the same weekend. The same weekend, my man Brian DaCosta won the WNBF World Championships of all natural bodybuilding. In one weekend, I had all these things happen. So I'm pretty good at my damn job. So how do we get a physique down to that level of conditioning without losing muscle, without sacrificing sanity? Well, here's how you do it. We do very short, aggressive periods of fat loss, meaning if you're always at 1800 calories and you're always doing 50 minutes of cardio or 60 minutes of cardio and you're maintaining, what I'll typically do is I'll say for 3 days, maybe 2 days, maybe we go down to 1400 calories and we go up to 2 hours of cardio for those 2 or 3 days. These little short bursts of fat loss are going to pull that body fat off. Now, if we go back to where we were, 1800 calories, back to our normal cardio, we're going to maintain that fat loss. We're going to feel a little bit better. You can't just keep doing what you were doing or you're going to keep getting what you were getting, right? So the idea is, how can we push the body? And I find that most people psychologically can go, I can go really hard for 2 or 3 days, coach. I might even be able to go hard for 4, 5, 6, or 7 days. However, we do reach a breaking point psychologically, physiologically. So as a coach of athletes, it is my job to figure out how to push people, recover them, and you can apply these same principles to you. Give yourself a couple days. Maybe it's a day where you're on a road trip, you don't need to eat as much. Maybe you can get a lot of steps in the airport. I'm always looking for solutions to problems, not trying to figure out how to make your life harder, okay? If it's the weekend and it's harder for you to stick to your diet and do cardio, so be it. If there's a couple days during the week where it's easier for you to get up early, do a cardio session late, find the opportunity, okay? I prefer to make the goal of fitness fit into my daily routine. That way, when I get there, I can maintain it. If it's a complete departure from your normal lifestyle, you're not going to maintain it. So use my free calculator right here, prophysique.com/calculators, or you can go to prophysiquemacros.com. Figure out where your calories should be. Figure out where you need to be doing to lose body fat. And if it's not working and you've got your data, make the adjustment, push hard for a couple days. That is the trick that gets it done. And hopefully you guys have lots of questions because I'm going to be answering one every day this week. I'm also going to be talking about the Transformation Challenge until it starts, so be ready.